Yes. Is what we have going in the kitchen, because we're taking our steak up a notch, giving it a rich French sauce from this guy that just stepped into the shot here, Chef Paul Apana from the Village Tavern. Where did this one come from? Is this a recipe from the
Village
restaurant?
Tavern? Yes. You know, it's prominent in many steakhouses, and I say unbiasedly, I would put this against any steak au poivre out there. And if you're out there listening, just go ahead and bring it in, and we'll do a blind taste test. But they're all good. It's just I think this one's very good. So,
what are our main ingredients?
Main ingredients. Well, we have fresh sliced shallots. We have red wine. We have brandy, we have cognac, some heavy cream, some beef base mixed with water, and a little bit of kosher salt. So the sauce itself, there are actually 3 processes. You're going to make the sauce previously, and then you're actually going to prepare the sauce with the steak, and you can prepare the steak. But I would tell you, not one guest who's ever tried it in a restaurant has ever had anything bad to say about it.
At least to your face.
At least, oh yeah, at least they had a decency to walk out of the restaurant and talk about me behind my back.
Exactly.
So, but when you're out there, and it's really simple, just take a pot, and I would really go with a deep pot. The reason being is if you have to let a lot of things reduce, the sauce itself is going to take about 30 minutes. And that's a drawback, but I will tell you it's well worth it. And you can refrigerate it, keep it to about 4 or 5 days ahead of time. So shallots, as we all know out there, perhaps are
with a little bit of oil?
Yep, with a little bit of oil in there, heat it up. Shallots are really just sweet onions, and you can never go wrong with sweet onions. So you're going to let those simmer probably for about a minute, minute and a half. Some background on steak au poivre, actually au poivre is with pepper. So it is a traditional, it has cracked black pepper on the fillet itself. It's a traditional pepper dish, but the sweetness of the brandy and the cognac really kind of make a nice balance.
I love it.
Oh yeah, you can't go wrong with it, can you?
Shallot.
Oh, I totally agree with you. So after just about, really about 35, 40 seconds, you're going to wait till a little bit on the tender side. The hardest part that's going to be for everyone out there is really just reducing the wine. You're going to put a cup of red wine in there.
I can help you reduce the wine.
Yes. She's always helpful that way, but it always ends with red wine.
The wine.
So reducing the red wine will probably take about 15 minutes, and that's the primary part of reducing the red wine.
I hope you have a plan, because we don't have 15 minutes for you.
Well,
you're
actually,
a 5-minute guy.
I was just going to kind of ask how you're doing, how things in your life, how the dress rehearsal went earlier today. I'm still trying to come to terms with that. I'm a shy person by nature, but I'll hide it well for you.
Right?
So, let's say, ding ding, we're 15 minutes out. You've reduced the red wine to roughly about a tablespoon, which a tablespoon, that's quite a small amount. But you want to do that to get all the excess water and moisture out of the wine, and you have the true essence of the red wine.
What's the heat for the reduction?
The heat, I'd go high. Always stay with high, but you're going to have to pay attention to it, especially when you start putting like creams, things boil over, things like that. But as I would say with everyone, when you use a wine in any kind of cooking dish, use a wine that you would drink also. And I put that to the theory, because I will be drinking my wine while I'm pouring it in there. So I can definitely say I always do that.
Different type of reduction.
That's right. When you have the box, it's hard for me to put the box over my head. So, just get a bottle. It's much easier.
Get down and,
Yeah, and a big straw. So we've reduced that. Now, one thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, if you get a quart of water and just a tablespoon of beef base, you can get that anywhere. Or you can get the liquid beef base and just get a quart of that, because it's already mixed. You're going to throw that in there, and you're going to let that simmer, and you're also going to put in your heavy cream.
So the primary flavor is going to be the beef, or it's going to be the red wine?
Well, it's going to, it's actually going to be a nice blend of both of them. It's going to be a balance, and that's what cooking really is about. You don't want one thing to overpower another one, unless it's sweet.
You totally hedged on that one.
Yeah, did I?
You did, a little bit.
It's it's professional in me, I suppose.
Yeah, like the state flower of Paul Apana is the head.
So we're going to let this simmer now for about the last 15 minutes. It's going to start to boil over. It's going to start to thicken, and always watch with cream-based sauces. Stir it every once in a while. You don't want it to burn on the sides. And once we're done with that last half hour, you have somewhat of a thickening sauce. Now we put in the good stuff. Throw in a little bit of kosher salt for flavor, just about a quarter of a teaspoon or a tablespoon. And then this as well, cognac and brandy. I will tell you, of course, there are so many different options for brandy and cognac. You don't necessarily have to go super expensive. Go with standard. Liquors are a little bit different than wines in my mind. So we just poured in the brandy and the cognac. Let it simmer for another 5 minutes or so. Take it off the stove. You can refrigerate it. If you're going to serve it at a later time, just put something on top of it, and then it's going to be ready for your next stage.
Any particular reason why we would use this kind of flame, or is it just because it works for your pot today?
You know what? I've always felt, I like this. Electric stoves are what predominantly are in houses.
Right.
The problem is you get a more consistent and quicker flame with a gas top. And this leaves me a little more flexible, so if I have to move to your left, I just pick it up and I go to your left.
Oh, so you can continue cooking.
Yeah, it's mobile. I'm a
Because
mobile
we do
cook.